Shalom, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank the Lord for this opportunity and privilege to become part of this wonderful event. I would like to congratulate also the organizers, the UCAP, for having this virtual concert. You have been so faithful in giving your lives to encourage the people, especially the youth, to remain connected with Jesus in the midst of these most trying times due to COVID-19 pandemic. Allow me to share with you some insights regarding the theme, Remain in Me. In the Gospel of John chapter 15 verse 4, Jesus says, Remain in me, and I will remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. Obviously, Jesus talks about fruitfulness. He uses an allegory so that his disciple can easily understand the importance in staying connected with the vine in order to produce fruit. In this allegory, he talks about the vine, the branches, and the gardener. Jesus as the vine, the branches as the believers, and the Father as the gardener. In verse 4, no believer can bear fruit unless he remain in the vine, which is Jesus. He is the source of life and spiritual nutrients for you to produce a lasting fruit. That's in verse 16. Apart from Jesus, we can do nothing. In verse 6, it says, If anyone does not remain in me, he is like a branch that is thrown away and withers. Such branches are picked up, thrown into the fire, and burned. And in verse 7, it says, If you remain in me, and my words remain in you, ask whatever you wish, and it will be given you. So in verse 8 also, it says, This is to my Father's glory, that you bear much fruit, showing yourselves to be my disciples. So it gives great joy to the gardener to see his plant produces fruit. I want you to take note of this, the conjunction, the word if. It refers to a condition. So we need to choose for ourselves. Number one, if you choose to be clean, you must remain in Jesus and in His words. You can read that in verse 3. Second, if you want that your prayers to be answered, you must remain in Jesus and of course in His words. You can read that in verse 7. The third one, if you want to be called His disciples, of course, we should remain in Jesus and in His word. Fourth, if you want to honor and glorify the Father in heaven, of course, the answer is you must remain in Jesus and in His word. That's in verse 8. Lastly, ikalima mga kaigsunan, if you want to be called friends of Jesus, friends of God, you must obey His commands and you must remain in His love. Now, the question is, which branch are you? Asa man ka nga sanga? Are you the branch that bears fruit? So if so, if you're the branch that bears fruit, allow God to do the pruning and you will be fruitful even more. And then the second question is, are you the branch that bears no fruit? Ikaw ba to ang sanga na wala mamunga? If so, you should allow God to do something, or you must do something before it's too late. Remember that the only way to fruitfulness is to keep yourself connected with the vine, which is Jesus. Because apart from Him, we can do nothing. In conclusion, if you want to honor and glorify God, you must remain in the vine. you must remain in Jesus. And we must continue to bear much fruit. Because that's the only way we can honor and glorify God our Father in heaven. God bless you and be a blessing to others, especially to those who belong to the family of believers. Thank you so much. Once again, God bless you and God bless us all.